Siemano, siemano, jestem Vertez, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku z Dziedzictwa Hogwartu. Dokładnie tak, dzisiaj rozpoczynamy od misji głównej, zajęcia o zwierzętach. To jest ostatnia misja główna, która mi się tutaj pokazała, potem pewnie się wczyta tego więcej. Także co, nie ma co zwlekać, zaczynamy. Oczywiście przypominam, żebyście zostawili łapeczkę w górę. Dzięki wielkie za to, gdyż dzięki temu właśnie YouTube zwiększa zasięgi filmów. Tak jak wiecie, przydałoby się, żeby były lepsze, także dziękuję z góry za wszystkie łapki w górę oraz komentarze. A my zacznijmy tutaj lekcję o zwierzątkach. Dobra, poczekaliśmy, wszyscy się zebrali, bardzo fajnie. To jest od razu, żeby rozpocząć misję. Okej.
Welcome, everyone. I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of these creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one does not know how to handle them properly. Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen. Hello, I'm Poppy Sweeting. Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, pay attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a slippery devil.
Yes, Professor. Here, you can practice on Gerald. Just keep an eye out for his tongue.
Sama się go bała i nam oddała. No
You can
pięknie.
use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and think
Tylko do
pleasant
czesania
thoughts.
zwierząt. Co tu się
I like
dzieje?
to think it
Halo.
enriches his experience.
Dobra, naciśnij T, wybierz czatkę do zwierząt, zachaj na zestaw zaklęć, no ładnie. Co, muszę gdzieś go tutaj wrzucić? Gdzie mam go wrzucić? Dobra, tutaj dam. Szukamy. Bardzo, szczota. O,
That's
polubił
lovely.
nas.
I'm sure he feels much better. I think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
Naciśnij tam, następne wybierz karmę dla zwierząt. IMG, source, use, feed. Lagi bugi. Bardzo? On chciałbyś
What do you
zjeść?
suppose the pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think.
No
I
spróbuj.
think we can safely say that Gerald likes you.
That's good news. He seems very nice.
He is. Kindness is one of his best qualities, right after ambition and cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast. And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them. Miss Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
This way. The Neasels are over here.
Duże koty. Dawać mi tu kotechy.
Oh, couple of these or whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least. Enough to buy something from Honeydukes. Stupid thing.
Zaraz cię zje, zobaczysz.
What in Merlin's name are you doing?
Tus peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless little rodent.
Her name is Persephone!
Her name is Persephone.
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
A liczyłem na jakiś pojedynek już.
Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the Neasels just as you did with Gerald.
Bardzo. Ciebie posiłek i dla ciebie.
Neasels really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one.
No i proszę bardzo, prosta opieka, wszystko
It
git.
appears our time has come to an end.
Ale
Please
zjadają.
close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
No okej, pogadajmy.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with me?
I did. How did you find your first beasts lesson?
No przyjemna.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Yes, Professor.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control? Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other fifth years. Be on the lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Dam radę.
I need to talk to you. Come here.
No co tam?
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to. You were an augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
It's something my gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise. At least, that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
You've intrigued me. Very well. Lead the way.
I'd hoped I would.
No to lecimy.
I wouldn't take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really? Well, thank you.
Łapka jak nic.
As I said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise.
No ciekawe, czy będziemy szli długo jakoś?
Don't you think?
Poppy,
O, już
where are
gadka
you
o
taking-
pogodzie, no ładnie.
It really is much better if I just show you.
Możemy szybciej?
Don't worry, we're nearly there.
Okej.
It's just ahead. Stand back. Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent? Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them. I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly.
No
You can feed
ładnie.
Russia if you'd like. I come
Bardzo,
and check on her
czesanko.
every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking at her, but she's a dreadful busybody.
Dwa naraz.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you? I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back. Got her to safety and, well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Professor Howin mentioned the poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Exactly. I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on, what they're doing.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know, the better I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Będzie polowanko na polujących. A więc tak. Punkty doświadczenia wbite. Misje główne zrobione. No to czekam na pocztę.
Hello,
Proszę
friend.
bardzo.
I wonder if you might stop by the Three Broomsticks when you can. I would like your help with something.
Dobra, ktoś jeszcze?
As I
Zeba.
mentioned, this is around Mrs. Hogwarts, and she hasn't been herself lately. I'd like to take you up on your promise to visit her with me. I'm heading to Feldcroft soon, so I look forward to seeing you there. It's just south of Hogwarts. By the way, hope you're faring well with the blasting curse. It's still one of my favorites.
Oczywiście.
Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
No okej.
Revelio.
Gdzie ten Seba? Gdzieś tutaj mówił, że będzie.
My uncle Roland in quite some time.
Aha.
I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
Okej. Wszyscy coś chcą nagle. Vertez rozwalacz balonów. Tu ostatni. Let's go. My. Dobra. Zadanka. Magiczne wzory od smyka. Dobra. Idziemy do Sebastiana. Gdzie ty jesteś dokładnie? A tutaj jeszcze wywiało. No ładnie. No i dobra. Jestem na miejscu. Zagrajmy.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on. I'll take you to my uncle's.
No to idziemy. Dawaj, dawaj, kurwa
Feldcroft used to be
speed.
a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey!
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
Stary
If you
pijany.
don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
No to co, wracamy.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he
I
can
przez
fix
drzwi
it.
się wbiła z tyłu.
Both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
A on i tak nie odpuści.
Revelio.
Ten Salomon gdzie się ukrywa. No ładnie. Okej. Tu
That boy
jesteś.
will fray my last nerve.
A się prujesz.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
A ja myślę, że można. Pewnie się wkurzy.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ach, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves any time soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you'll remember what I've said. Good day.
Good day, good day.
Sebastian's faring.
Jak tam?
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Dobra, lecimy.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate.
Flipendo!
They've been digging for something.
Dobra, obstałem, że niedaleko, skoro sobie lecimy z buta. No okej.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
O, już widzę. Na mapce, że coś się dzieje. Siemaneczko. Ty wybuchniesz. Ty również wybuchniesz. Ty dostaniesz. O, teraz to wszyscy dostaniecie. Gdzie mi się na plecy wbijesz, co? Co, który chcesz to oberwać pudłem? Ty co? Opłyś się? Ja się zmęczyłem? Ale to ty wybuchłeś. Albo nie do końca. Dobra. Myk pocięty. A ty gdzie na sebę? Jeszcze biegasz? Pięknie. O nie, masz czar. Dobrze.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
No, do któreś jeszcze tu będziemy miał problemy?
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at billywhigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They
Oczywiście.
seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have patience for
Co wy ukrywacie, chamy z lasu, co?
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Glacius! Revelio.
Już nikt nie skorzysta. Dobra, tu coś jeszcze jest.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Oj, to wszystko muszę badać, nawet studnie.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Tej wizji, jak wioskę przywrócili do życia.
Revelio.
O nie! O, parkour.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Co ty jeszcze tu znalazłeś?
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio.
Patrzmy.
A stairwell.
A. Piwnica, no ładnie, ładnie. Tylko to jest miejsce, które zdecydowanie wymaga Lumasa, zanim mnie tutaj
Why bother blocking a
to
stairwell?
wszystko zje.
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something
Incendio.
bigger.
O, wpis z pamiętnika.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Dalej.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
No dobra. Też coś mi się wydaje, że
Confringo.
coś tutaj jeszcze będzie.
Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come.
Tylko czy ty dasz radę przejść? Bo ja to bez problemu.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
Czyli musimy te wspomnienia zebrać na maksa i wtedy będziemy mieli tutaj pełny obraz. No ładnie. No to podbijmy, zobaczmy. Okej, to ma mi coś powiedzieć w sumie? Nie, my to zebraliśmy. A, takie rzeczy.
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch.
W porze. Misja ukończona w cieniu posiadłości. Very nice. Czyli co, my w tej krypcie jesteśmy, tak? A. Zaraz znowu zobaczymy Omnisa i będzie co ty tu znowu robisz?
I believe you are ready to learn Arresto Momentum, the slowing charm. It allows you to freeze objects or people in mid-air. Simply complete a few tasks and then come and see me.
Okej, proste zadanie i... No patrz, oczywiście, że tu stoi. Czy to nie ty? Nie, to nie ty, okej. Dobra. Zobaczmy zadanka. Co ty będziesz chciała? Poćwicz latanie przy iglicach i... Aha, dobra, no to później. Bo my mamy odwiedzić Smyka. Właśnie, bo... Miałem wam pokój życzeń pokazać. Dobrze się składa. Bo tu siedzi Smyk. Siemano.
Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. fit for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howin said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along, then.
No tak, o tak. A, mały baczek. A, bo stoły były, się nie wczytały.
We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
Dobra, dobra, zaraz zagadam. Miałem pokój pokazać, także słuchajcie. Jesteśmy w salonie, można by tak powiedzieć, gdzie rosną roślinki. Możemy je tutaj zbierać, każdy rodzaj. Bardzo. Tak tutaj, w tym miejscu możemy zidentyfikować nasze przedmioty, które zdobyliśmy. Dobrze, tutaj moonstone'y, kamienie księżycowe, proszę bardzo. Tutaj nic, co to na zielono tak właściwie świeci? Aha, jakaś magic roślinka. Dobrze. Wszystko. Idziemy do drugiego pokoju. Tu mówiłem, że tutaj można strzelać. Również kamień, a w tym miejscu eliksirki można kminić. 6 stanowisk. Tak to ładnie wszystko nam tutaj wygląda. Oczywiście ja tego nie robiłem. Ula się dobrała tutaj i zrobiła wszystko, żeby było jak najładniej. Także proszę bardzo. No, ja jestem zadowolony, ładnie to wszystko wygląda. No to co? Możemy lecieć. Dobra, chcę się nauczyć.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect. Deke loves an outing. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good.
Oczywiście.
We have arrived.
Pówki łapiemy.
Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the puffle of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
No dobra, czyli musimy złapać pówka. Jak się łapie pówka? Was te wybrać. O, proszę. Miejsc brakuje, halo. No dobra, z czegoś zaraz będziemy musieli rezygnować, tak? Albo sobie zróbmy... Tak myślę. To możemy jakby tutaj zamiast Rupero dać. Ripero. No dobra, jest jakiś super pufek gdzieś, czy wszystkie mi uciekły? No, oczywiście. Jednego mam sobie złapać. Patrzę, czy jakiś nie jest, wiecie, shiny, bo tu jest jak z Pokemonami, mogą być shiny. Tam. Okej. Dziękuję. No mogę ich więcej łapać? Tak całą chmarę?
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Okej. I'm ready. Dobra, to te pówki możemy na razie zostawić. Okej, musimy dotrzeć tutaj. W sumie niedaleko. Zanim gra się wczyta i zanim dolecimy, bo to nie było zaraz obok, to możemy zawsze się przelecieć na miotle. Dokładnie tak. I popatrzeć, co tutaj ciekawego. O, tam widzę, jakieś siedliska są. I doletujemy. Jaki szybki smyk.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
W sumie spoko.
Then I shall go and rescue a jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
Dobrze, smyku. Dobrze się składasz, bo Leviosa mamy akurat... O! I shiny. Jesteś shiny.
Levioso!
No to myk. Dziękuję.
I'll look after you.
Uratowano magiczne. Z autocelowaniem patrzę. Czy jeszcze jakiś shiny by się nie trafił? Ale chyba nie. Okej. No dobra. No to ładny towar mamy, słuchajcie. Uratowany, oczywiście.
I rescued a jobberknoll.
Deke hopes your jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
Będziesz? Cituch? Też potrafimy szybko. Może nie aż tak, ale jednak.
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Dobrze, smyku. Oczywiście znamy sposób. Nawet gra podpowiada sama. Lunabella. A jakie śmieszne mordki. Cześć. Nie. Śmieszne mordki, nie uciekajcie ode mnie.
Revelio.
Jest któryś shiny? Shiny Pokémon? No cóż. Witam. Debił trafił. Co się złapało, to się złapało.
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
Dobrze, smyku. Chodźmy do pokoju życzeń. Myk. Deszcz pada, zalewa mi chatę.
You are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready.
No już jestem gotowy, dawaj, dawaj. I cyk, wszystko się wczytało. Ło. Dostaliśmy polanę.
Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them, let them see their new home.
Dobra.
Deke's no herbology professor, but some plants here seem to be ready to
Okej,
harvest.
mamy tutaj. No dobra, wypuszczam. Zobaczmy.
Oh! Deke thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for your beasts.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts that the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need, and she'll give you a fair price for them. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with valuable magical materials, such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Deke can show you how to use them.
Very well. I shall let you know when I have some.
No okej, fajnie. O, znowu po prawej stronie komuś nie wyszło tłumaczenie. Dobra, dobra, dobra. No to co? Ufek,
Wonderful.
Luna. Też trzymaj szczotę. No super, o, Pufek głodny. Trzymaj, Pufek. Danko. Też trzymaj, proszę bardzo. For you. Gdzie ten ptasior? Sorry, nie chciałem.
Revelio.
Tu jesteś. Bardzo jedzonko dla ciebie. No pięknie, i dostaliśmy nagrodę. Fajnie. A, muszę podejść, żeby zebrać. A boicie się mnie, czy tak trochę już nie? Okej, fajnie. Gdzie ptasior? Tutaj. Interakcja jest, opieka nad zwierzęciem, a nie trzeba, dobra. A, taki bajer. Mogę ich nazwać po swojemu. Pięknie. Dobra, miło, miło, bardzo miło.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom?
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
No to lecimy. Dobra, trzymajcie się, zwierzaczki. Ja się wbijam z powrotem do pokoju, ale fajne przejście zrobili. Okej. Tu mi każą iść? No bez przesady. Dobra. Gdzie były te czary? Czy już je wszystkie ściągnąłem? Tak. Dobra. To było wyczarowujące zaklęcie. Dobrze. Dobra, na razie na szczotę. Trzeba będzie tutaj odmieniać. Tutaj narzędzia, zaczarowane krosno. Myk. Dobra, fajnie, że tutaj kurde nigdzie miejsca już nie ma. Chodźmy pokój obok. Oczywiście na chwilę później jakąś lokalizację się zmieni tego. Wait, jak to się obracało? O, pięknie. Tak, niech sobie tutaj siedzi. Dobra. Wracamy. Krosno, zobaczmy. Co to jest? Wyposażenie ma domyślnie jedną podstawową statystykę ataku lub obrony. Nowe zwierzęta można ratować w ich siedliskach. Tak, tak, tak. Dobra, i w obozach bandytów też widziałem, że mają złapane jakieś zwierzaki. Fajnie, tylko wszystko moje, co mam założone legendarne itemki, to oczywiście już miały jakieś ulepszenie. Ale mogę je ulepszać. Bajer. No dobra, to dajmy sobie tutaj. Tak. O, a później coraz więcej rzeczy, wiadomo, na maksymalne ulepszenie. I tak się tutaj możemy bawić ekwipunkiem. Spoko. Daję atrybut do elementu ubrania. Jeszcze? A, atrybut mamy dodać. O kurde, to muszę gdzieś zużyć jakiś. Co ma dużo? To ma najwięcej z tego, co posiadam. Dobra. Weźmy tutaj, zobacz atrybuty. A, i tutaj te, które zbierałem przez całą grę. Patrzcie, ile tego zebrałem. Jeszcze trochę brakuje. Ale wiadomo. Zbyt potężny. Tego przedmiotu. Czemu zbyt potężny? No dobra. Weźmy coś byle co tak naprawdę. Myk. Dziękuję.
That came out nicely. I should show Deke.
Okej, pokażemy.
I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
No już się nimi zajmowałem, halo.
Thank you for your help, Deke.
Ale dobra, fajnie. Misja ukończona. Pięknie. A sobie zbiorę od razu. Wiadomo. To mi tutaj rośnie. Pięknie. Myk, myk. O. Podnieś. A, pełne. Aha. Oho. Jakieś super specjalne zadanie. Dobra. Tego kamienia już nie zbieram. Także wejdźmy w zadanka. Wielki donżon Wingardium Leviosa. Przecież posiadam. A może po prostu trzeba mieć, żeby zacząć? To okej, to mam. Okej, mamy też zadanie z astronomii. Nad wejściem do pokoju życzeń. Okej. Rozmawiaj z Sebastianem. Kłócili się w wielkiej sali. Chyba przeterminowane zadanie jakieś. A, dobra, przyjacielskie wsparcie. Coś tutaj w ogóle. Patrzmy w zadaniach. Tam jest alchomorka. Głównie mnie zadania, wiecie, z jakimiś czarami interesują. Ale dobra, słuchajcie, bo i tak mamy długi odcinek, to sobie porobimy w kolejnym. Także na teraz wam bardzo dziękuję za oglądanie. Pamiętajcie, żeby zostawić łapeczkę w górę. Dzięki wielkie za to. I do następnego. Na razie, cześć. Jo, jo.